Hello legends, we're back with another video, and in this one, let me tell you, we're going on an adventure. We're going all the way to Canada to visit Alox, and it's the first time for me meeting him in real life, and it's the first time for me going to Canada, to North America overall. And yeah, I thought, why not bring the camera, you know? Before Canada though, we have a couple of days, we have a weekend where we're going on a mini adventure with my family. So I'm on my way now to pick up my sister, and then we're gonna travel a little bit, and then we're gonna hang out in an Airbnb and celebrate like 200 years birthday, I think it is. So 4 of my relatives turns combined 200 this year. So my uncle turns like 60 and my cousin 40 or something like that. And instead of everyone around the country to like have a party here and have a party there and everyone can't come and stuff like that, we decided to just have one. So we rented a big ass Airbnb, and we're just gonna hang out everyone there and just have a good time. So yeah, I'll see you when I pick up my sister. Windy conditions. Oh. Oh. Perfect. Well, now I was supposed to tell you I was in Canada, right? Or something like that. Tables have turned, and yeah, I'm stuck in Bristol for now. Have to take the plane tomorrow instead. Losing a day in Canada sucks, but what can you do? So yeah, maybe we go out and do something here. So the first real day we went to Hopewell Rocks, where the biggest difference in low and high tide in the world is. Remember this place. It changes somewhere in between 14 and 16 meters in height in about 6 hours. So where we were right there was on the ocean floor. This is only 2 hours later, and now we're standing on the ground up where the arrow was pointing and looking down. We stood right there. Here is another comparison. This is 3 hours difference. Nature is wild. The next day we went to play disc golf at Dieppe Disc Golf Course. It was Alox's first, I think, first time to play. Yeah. Next time aim a little to the right. So I tried to teach him the ways. I still struggle with back and forehand, so I don't really know if I'm the best teacher. And it was really warm, so sadly we don't have that much coverage of this because the camera died.
Go for it.
And no matter what country I'm in, putting as player number 1 is too hard. Player number 2 though, a legend. I tried to teach Alox to throw forehand. A little too much lean back there, sir.
I know where it is.
We went and looked at the biggest lobster in the world. There was a bunch of kids climbing on top of it, so I guess I'm an adult now, so I didn't climb on it. I kind of wanted to, but you know, gotta let the kids play, I guess. The next day we had a nature day. We started with going to the beach because they said they had this beautiful beach with a promenade next to it and a lighthouse at the end. I still don't know about the lighthouse, but when it comes to the beach, my thoughts were this. It's just sand and water. Alox and Jojo had recently rediscovered Pokemon Go, so a bonus for them, no matter where we went, there was a bunch of new Pokemons to get. And of course, at the beach, you got to get the water types. After that, we went to the Elizabethan garden. And of course, there were some grass types. The fake pond. The fishless. Please do not feed the fish. Well, there are no fish.
Because nobody fed them.
Oh, the fishes all died. There's no fish. There's a bird. But there's no fish. Just my shadow. No fish. The next day we went to Alox's parents and just look at the view they have. Atlantic Ocean. And then Alox just left me there. But it was okay. I made a new friend in his nephew instead. I want to take a second to thank Alox's parents again for the extreme hospitality and the amazing food I got. Yeah, we visited them more than once, partly because they were curious and partly because Alox's car broke down. Luckily, they have an auto shop in the family, so it was a quick fix. So the reason I got left behind was because one of Alox's oldest friends was getting married and Alox and Jojo was part of the wedding party. I had the fortune to also get invited, and so were Alox's parents, so they took me under their wings and drove me there and helped me out a bit with the French. I still only understood like 20%, but I understood this part. The whole thing was beautiful. I almost got it. One more time. One more time.
Make it last.
At the reception later on that night, I finally got to meet the drunk version of Jojo that I've heard so much about. And as a bonus, I got to meet her sister as well. We then had a whole adventure before getting to the after party. I want to take a quick second to thank Jojo's mom who drove us home after the after party. What a legend. The next day we went to Alox's aunt's house and borrowed her pool. Ironically, that was the least warm day on the entire trip. It was only 28 degrees Celsius. And of course Alox had to flex and show that he could swim the entire pool back and forth under the water. And no, I have no idea how long the pool was. So yeah, that was basically the entire trip. Of course we did more things, but you have to live in the moment and not just film everything, right? I have some reflections now a couple of months after the trip that I'm going to take away with me and that I thought I could share with you guys. And the first one is that the stereotype about Canadians being nice is 100% true. Like 100% true. I felt welcome no matter where I came. With the exception of the airport perhaps, but that's another story. Another thing that I'm going to take away is the difference in city layouts. You can clearly tell that this is created after the car and with cars in mind. Compared to Europe, where I traveled before, this is made for driving. We drove everywhere. And yeah, it's like 3 cities that's growing together, and that might be the reason for it, but it's far in between the houses even in the cities, which to me is interesting. Another thing that I found interesting is that their entire electric grid seems to be still in the air. Or at least there's a lot of wires in the air. Like, look at this big thing on the pole. I haven't seen that anywhere else, at least not what I can remember. Another thing I noticed was that the tempo felt more chill. It might have been because I was on a vacation, but things seemed to flow slower. Not as stressed and not as high tempo. Then again, it was also a smaller town, so it might be different in the bigger ones. I also found it interesting that the flora was so similar to back home. Even though I live further north than this, it's quite the same. And I didn't quite understand if it was common or not, but at least in Alox and Jojo's case, they seem to be a lot more family oriented than what I'm used to. And not just the closest family either, but the entire family, which I think is great. And lastly, since this has been one of the countries on my bucket list for a long time, I'm glad it lived up to my expectations. Even though I was expecting coming here during the winter to ski rather than in the summer, it still is one of the best trips I've ever done. And I'm actually kind of proud of myself for doing it all by myself. With all the struggles that came along the way. With delayed flights that made me miss my next flight, a lost bag. That I got back, by the way. 4 days in, but still, it found its way back. It was very interesting, and I think I learned a bit about myself, and I got a reminder that I can actually do things and handle issues that comes along. Thank you so much, Alox, for an amazing trip and for opening your home to me. Thank you to both Alox and Jojo for showing me around, and thanks to Kev and Josie for letting me be a part of your special day. And without being too mushy, thanks to everyone that met me with an open mind and an open heart. Kato out.